My friends, welcome to the final breakdown video of the Dungeons & Dragons community created galaxy. And as you can tell from the map, it's even more chaotic and border gory than ever before. Unfortunately, this is not a tale to be told around campfires or warm tavern hearths. This is a story to remind us all that sometimes, in the grand scheme of Dungeons & Dragons, the bad guys do win. The Unbidden, the Aberrant, and the Vehement all came through and just messed everyone up. If you're wondering why my borders are looking so untouched and my empire so unbothered, it's because I've been fighting like hell down here in the south of my empire and up here in the north. However, the Unbidden have just deposited a 2 million fleet. My fleets, I've already played this through a number of times to try and find a way to survive. Unfortunately, because I was not prepared enough for the Unbidden's arrival, or for the arrival of any crisis empire, my borders do fall. My stations, my defensive platforms, my citadels in ruins, my fleets scattered, and my hope lost. The Unbidden started down here in the Galactic Guardian Front's empire. Gaming Brain unfortunately was essentially the first victim, and as you can tell, the Unbidden just poured forth and wrecked, however you want to say it, all kinds of eldritch horror and chaos and evil across the galactic south. The Guardian Front, a splintered number of planets and systems, was full of scared people. The cubes of forgotten memory, as they now cower in fear, all waiting for that fleet just to arrive in their systems and to wipe them from existence. The capitalistic space hamsters also suffering the same fate. Splinters of space hamsters struggling to survive, with the nightmarish horrors just freely moving throughout their space and their old territories. Planets consumed, fleets destroyed, resolve broken. The cult of Aboleth, not even the sonic powers of the aberrations in the deep seas could even begin to hold back the Vehement, however you pronounce it, from wreaking havoc alongside the Unbidden. Their territory now contested by powers and gods that they could only dream of ascending to the same heights. The biggest victim, I think, were Doom's Flumps. The Flumps did their best. They did destroy a couple of fleets, but unfortunately they exposed the Myconoi blossoming, which is now only a matter of time before they fall. The Flump, again, maybe a couple of systems here and there, but they've been wiped from existence. The Illithid Empire, also struggling to fight evils more nameless and more horrible than their own evils that they've been wreaking across the galaxy. The Galactic North, it's only a matter of time. The Unbidden and the Aberrants, with their fleets freely moving upwards, it's only a matter of time before Corset's Pyro-Draconic Dominion and Darn's Dwarven State are consumed. In the north of my empire, Sabus' Nature's Union of Aru. The only reason they're surviving is because the Vehement and the Unbidden have decided to fight each other for contested territory. The Aberrant also jumping in here, probably through a wormhole that we never discovered where that went. The Gelatinous Cube, fleet strong enough probably to take out a couple of the smaller ones, but probably not the economy to carry on that fight against the Aberrant or the Vehement or the Unbidden. Maybe a final blaze of glory for Woodmansea. The Plupples, again, just beset on all sides. I've been fighting a lot over here and down here. Ultimately lost here. Because through that strange portal or through a wormhole or something, this 2 million fleet just appeared and wrecked my shit. Harry's Gold Hoarders of Kundarak. Again, only a matter of time before they stop being distracted, consume others, and then focus the Gold Hoarders. Road reclamations, their single system stands, and no one really knows how long for. Simus's Dwyer Union still untouched, still thriving, still surviving. Unfortunately, has to go through cube territory to render any aid to a beleaguered and beset on galaxy. So I wish this is a story where I can say the paladin drew forth their sword and smote down the evil mighty demon, or the barbarian wrestled with the dragon and managed to bring it to heal, the cleric maybe revived the party through a beautiful divine intervention. Maybe the road could get behind and do some damage while the enemy was charmed by the bard. The hunter from a distance put an arrow betwixt the eye of evil. Unfortunately, this is not one of those stories. This is a story where the party were wholly unprepared for, distracted by shopping episodes, a journal of side quests unfinished, and a load of stories with a question mark at the end of it. Stories that were never destined really to be finished. I think there was some subtle foreshadowing in this galaxy as well. From the Chosen coming in to destroying the Circle of the Land and Dazzle's drunken unicorn, from the gelatinous cubes mustering such might and the ability to be so dangerous in a short space of time. I think that was some subtle foreshadowing for what what was approaching this galaxy. I was unable to shift my focus on my fleets. Normally I just have, I can show you actually. Normally I just have battleships with nothing and just a focused arc emitter. And then I invest heavily in tech where it increases the rate of energy, fire and damage. More the rate of fire, to be honest, because the damage is between 2 and 1700. The idea is that these ships are easy and quick and very, very cheap to replace. Instead of being 7 or 10k, they're only 3,000. I could probably take off some of this as well, like the jump drives and things, but alas, I was unprepared for what was to come, and if I was unprepared, then the entire galaxy was unprepared. In the galactic community, we passed the resolutions where not only was I made custodian by some unknown party, I also had the GDF expansion. We had the Galactic Defense Force ready to go, full of battleships. It just wasn't enough. Evil has won. This story is ending in strife, indignity, horror, huddled masses of innocent civilians in their billions and trillions being bombarded and consumed by 3 factions of the Unbidden. The fact is, it happened so quickly. They just exploded. I've never seen the Unbidden have death stats of up to 5 or 6 fleets for like a long time. Normally they do that and then split off into like maybe 1 or 2 in order to like spread around. I think they spawned in here and then it's sort of spreading around, like maybe 2 fleets here, 2 fleets there, and then split off another 2 fleets. They had like 6 fleets just going all the way around here. They had 7 fleets all the way up and around here with like 400, 500k, 2 million. So even if I was prepared, I don't think I would have been able to do anything to really save the galaxy as a whole. I would have to wait until like now, where they are scattered and I can pick them off fairly easily. It's just that 2 million coming through there at my weakest entry point, it just hurts my soul. I have to say thank you so much to everyone who was kind enough to take the time and the energy to create an empire for this series. I'll have to do more themed ones as stream rewards in future, because this was an absolute blast. I loved making the announcement video for my empire, get into, like, you know, get that creative writing, that story writing urge, and tickle inside my brain out. I was able and allowed to watch your creativity flow as well. I honestly expected like maybe 15 like Illithid empires, a load of total war empires, but no, you folks went above and beyond, plumbing the deepest reaches of D&D lore in some cases, in order to find something unique and something that you cared about. And I find that to be the coolest thing ever, and every time the shining star of this entire series is you folks, because without you this series just would not happen. Special shout out to Gaming Brain, who a number of months ago made the main contribution to the goal for the entire community D&D CCG for existing. Thank you, Brain. That was incredibly kind of you, and everyone had an absolute blast with it. There will be an award ceremony. I'm probably going to do that before we start doing the Nomads Community Created Galaxy, which will probably be late July. I need more hands-on time with Nomads. I need there to be a little bit of a break between CCGs, because I need to figure out with the community how we're going to decide who gets to be a nomadic empire. Because as far as I understand it, I believe there's a limit to 8, but I need to check and test. But I believe there's a limit to how many nomadic empires we can have in. Once I find out what that limit is, then probably be Patreon supporters who have first dibs on nomadic empires, and then maybe a lottery for everyone else. We'll see. For those of you on YouTube who may not understand that this is a live streamed event, this is just the breakdown video. Please do join us on YouTube or Twitch when we do these events next time. They're an absolute blast to take part in. You get to talk to people whose empires, who made empires. There's lots of friendly rivalries, lots of long-running story themes as well, and a lot of people's lore. It's really roleplay over meta, and we just have a grand old time with it. So if you are interested, leave a comment, drop a sub on YouTube and a follow on Twitch, and then you won't miss when we do the next CCG. Thank you to everyone. I love doing these breakdown videos. I'm going to do these again in future, because it adds a new dimension to it. So thank you all so very much. I love you all, and I can't wait to see the Nomads CCG in late July.